assure members of the Rivers State Council of Traditional Rulers that I understand and I've noted all the chairman did mention here, but you also need to give me time. I just came in 6 months ago, so that I'm very sure that if God gives us all the enablement to work, all your demands will be met. I am honored to address today's opening of the 115-116 combined quarterly general meeting of the Rivers State Council of Traditional Rulers. As this is my first meeting with the council since I became the governor of Rivers State, let me formally congratulate His Majesty, Sergeant Awusi, Paramount Ruler of Emowa Kingdom, on his appointment as the chairman of this council. Allow me to also congratulate his predecessor, who is also my own, King Dr. Anderson Douglas Chaja, who diligently, faithfully, and proudly served this council and the state for 8 years. It is my hope and prayer that the current leadership under our Sergeant Awusi will leverage the achievements of his predecessor and to build a more united and progressive council that will protect our states and serve the best interests of our people. As you know, the Rivers State Council for Traditional Rulers was created as an institutional body of eminent citizens with the responsibility to advise the government on traditional issues, preserve peace, and advance the social and economic progress of local communities in partnership with the local and state governments. Besides being the guardians of our traditional values and culture, their closeness to the grassroots place you in an eminent position to play pivotal roles and contribution towards achieving the developmental aspiration of our people for peace, security, and development. Against this background, the importance of our traditional rulers as viable development partner to the state cannot be overemphasized. I wish to assure you that our administration will continue to accord respect to the traditional institution. Strengthen and preserve your dignities and do whatever is necessary within our power and resources to improve your welfare and your well-being. Your Royal Majesties and Highnesses, you are meeting at a time when our country people are facing serious economic challenges, including poverty, unemployment, high rising cost of living. We must all be worried about the plight of our youth, especially those in rural communities, most of whom are poor, neglected, and almost forgotten in the government development plans, policies, and actions. But let us all have faith in the Renew Hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is determined to pull the nation out of this prevailing economic nightmare and usher in a new era of sustainable economic progress. On our part, we remain committed to serving our states and people with humility, sincerity of purpose, and accountability. We will prioritize and provide sufficient funding, just like the chairman has complained in his speech in the 2024 budget for you. It's not only limited to you, but we also make reasonable provision for education, for healthcare, and also social services across the state, so that no part, including the rural areas, will be left behind in our quest to advance human capital development and universal access to affordable and quality education and healthcare in Rivers State. We will also take deliberate steps to unlock the entrepreneurial spirit among our teeming unemployed youth through viable initiative on skill development, entrepreneurship, training, and targeted investment in commercial agriculture. At this point, I wish to thank all of you for supporting our government to sustain this prevailing peace and security in your communities since we assumed office, which has made our state one of the most secure and peaceful in this country. We are aware of the little challenges in some of our local places, but we'll give God all the glory that these problems are within the powers of the states. It has not gone outside our power. As we all know, no human society can progress without peace and security. I will therefore urge you to continue to work tirelessly for the preservation of peace and security, to attract sustainable development to your communities. Although these are trying times, let us not forget that Rivers State is our collective inheritance, presently under my watch, to protect, to defend, and to advance as the governor. I assure you that I will not fail in this responsibility, nor will I surrender our mandates or progress to intimidation, blackmail, and deliberate sabotage. I affirm my earlier statements and recommit myself to the path of peace, as there is nothing to gain in a state of endless crisis. As traditional rulers, you embody the conscience of the states. Therefore, you must have the integrity not to compromise your neutrality and the courage to speak truth to power. Lest you lose your moral authority and legitimacy before your people. It's important. Look at me and tell me the truth. Look at every one of us. When you err, you are a traditional ruler. Tell your subjects you have erred. If I've erred, tell me I've erred. It is your duty to correct us. I expect you to always stand with and for the truth, because it is only the truth that can set us free and guarantee inner peace, and that's inner peace and a state where, just like the chairman said, I cannot sleep if I don't say this. So when you have peace, that is when you have rest of mind. Finally, as we look to our future, with hope, let us draw on our enduring heritage as one people under God, and remain firmly committed to working together to build a better future for River State and all our people. It is on this note I am honored with humility. My first meeting here was to solicit for your support. The second one was, I think I came to, I've been here twice now. This is the third one. I really can't remember, but I know the second one was something. But I'm happy that I'm here today to say another thank you for all your support. Support before, during, and after the election. I wish you a successful meeting, and I hereby declare the quarterly general meeting of the River State Council of Traditional Rulers 115 and 116 combined meeting open.
On behalf of the entire members of River State Council of Traditional Rulers, excluding those impersonators, I welcome His Excellency, our Governor, Sabotage Fubara, GSSRS, and his entourage to this all-important Council. Your Excellency, sir, may I with profound respect thank you immensely for the special recognition you have accorded this council. Evidently, in the approval of all the necessary funding required for this two-in-one meeting, and all other issues related to this council, which you have treated favorably with the spirit of life since I assumed office. Thank you, sir. Your Excellency, available records to me indicate that this council has existed for over 30 years and has impacted tremendously on the governance of our people. However, apart from the availability of an enabling law which provides for 5% of the monthly federal allocation for the welfare of members and monarchs, there apparently exists no other statutory benefits that the council and our members can live on. We are dying. Members are dying. There is no fiscal budget and clearly certain conditions of service. There's no fiscal budget and clearly council and members can live on. These voices, in my opinion, have led to not too good public perception of members of this honorable council. Operation of office as chairman of this council, practically from June this year, have begun to take some deliberate steps at filling these gaps. For instance, Your Excellency, in just 5 months of being the chairman of this council, we have together been able to evolve a system within which meager resources to enable us as a council to internally assist families of our members when any of our members passes on. This we did by issuing circular number RSCDR admin GM 126-182, which provides for 7 million naira burial assistance fund to bereaved royal families. Government recognized traditional rulers. With this funds now, the usual fear of the burden of being our departed member has been greatly assuaded. Your Excellency, sir, we have also, within this short period of time, come up with a draft constitution of service which, if fully implemented, will provide for other benefit of members and staff of the council, serving this council program. In spite of this, little effort toward helping ourselves, this council needs yearly budget provisions from which the managing of council can attend to some needs of council as well as those of some members. Let me say it more clearly that the Rivers State Council of Traditional Rulers needs yearly budget for its expenditure, both current and recurrent, and capital. Your Excellency, please pardon me to say that members of this council have not been fairly treated by government of this state, which this council has on countless occasions gone out of its way to defend and protect. How could the government place such responsibility on us? Yes, will not support us with any meaningful equipment to carry out this task. For countless number of years, traditional rulers have been begging government to assist them with mobility. To perform their duties. And for each time, government will promise to give us official values, but we will never fulfill that promise. Kindly, sir, do all that you can necessary to help our members with official values so that we can look like others from other states. On a final note, Your Excellency, let me thank you immensely for promptly giving us the support we needed for this meeting. It is very critical. But standing here as the chairman of this council, I must say this. If I don't say it, I will not sleep tonight. This council supports this award. This council will continue to support our work. The chairman of this council standing here today was part and parcel of a process that led to where we are today. The Lord is sitting before us. The best we can do is allow him to have time to work. All those outside parading themselves, whatever trying to spoil things, should stop fighting. They must stop fighting. 1 million social media influencers cannot win one local government election. They should allow you to work. You are elected to work, and you must allow to do that job. That job was not given to you on sentimental grounds. That job was given to you because you know you can do it and you can be trusted. They should allow you to do your work. This council have told me to tell you they will give all the support you need to succeed. Thank you very much and God bless all of us.
It is indeed with humility and profound gratitude to Most High God who made it possible for us to see today that I welcome you all to this 115th and 116th quarterly plenary session holding today, the 7th December 2023 at Rivers State Council of Traditional Women Secretariat, Port Harcourt. I particularly welcome our indefatigable, amiable, and dynamic Executive Governor of Rivers State, Sir Simbalai for GSSRS, to this auspicious occasion, marking his first appearance in this quarterly general meeting of all government-recognized traditional rulers in Rivers State. I also owe an immense debt of gratitude to the chairman of the Rivers State Traditional Rulers Council, His Majesty Sir Sergeant Sabotage Fubara, DSSRS, Nyemwe Emo, 13th all the 4th, for his unalloyed commitment to ensure that this 115th/116th quarterly general meeting holds today. The Ministry of Chieftaincy and Community Affairs has always displayed its adversary roles and support to the Traditional Rulers Council, which has been total engineering peace and progress witnessed in our various communities. In similar vein, I want to advise the traditional rulers to continue to display their roles as good models and leaders of their various communities to ensure for peace and progress in the communities, to promote good governance in Rivers State. The Ministry of Chieftaincy and Community Affairs will continue to work in synergy with the Rivers State Traditional Rulers Council to ensure harmonious relationship as well as support and collaborate in executing both projects and programs that will touch the lives of people positively in our communities and Rivers State at large. Finally, my appreciation goes to the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Sabotage Fubara, GSSRS, for making this 115/116th quarterly preliminary session of Rivers State Traditional Rulers a reality, and for the continued support, especially in funding the program. This meeting is dedicated to the optimistic and faith that the roles of the traditional rulers can be applied to engineer peace, progress, even environment